Okay, I got back from my trip yesterday. I'm freaking exhausted still. Oh my God, I'm so tired. And I have so many things I wanted to talk about. So I'll probably just be all over the place just talking. Um, but one of the things is, first off, I really don't understand who created underwear. I think that they were really, I don't know. I'm not a fan. Um, and I think that we can all break whatever pair. There shouldn't be any rules. If you don't like underwear, don't wear it. I don't like underwear. I think it's weird. And, when I was younger, I would get uh, those boy boxer briefs and wear those under my jeans. And I'd be like, oh my God. I think I wore my husband's first. I was like, damn, these are comfortable. What the fuck is up with women's underwear? God, it's just not made for comfort. It's made for being sexy, I guess. But so I would wear those all the time. I even bought my own. I was like, oh my God, these are the best. And I don't know what happened when I quit wearing those, but now it's just like all of them are just like, oh my God, they're horrible. And wearing a skirt today, so it's kind of awkward. But the trip was great. My head is almost at the top of the thing. Let's see that. But I'm so tired. It was because I spent a few days at one of my daughters, and so that was sleeping in the living room, and Stella. Oh my God! When we first got there, I had no idea this girl has such an anxiety disorder. Oh, Jesus Christ! I even didn't take her whole big thing of CBD I got her. I was like, I don't need this whole thing. I'll just get a little one on the way and use that one. Oof. Went through that one. Had to buy more when I was there. She's just, man, I just didn't know. And then what's even worse is she's got hip dysplasia and bad arthritis ever since she was little. She got diagnosed. And at both places, so many steep stairs. Oh my God, I felt so sorry for her. She was having a really rough time. And then we went over to my mom's, and my mom is, I'm sure I've mentioned it before, that she's an animal, rescuer, but it kind of ends up she has a lot of animals, a lot of cats and dogs. And Stella hasn't really been around cats, these wild ones that come up in our yard. And that's how it was at my old house too. We had wild ones, and she'd go out when she was little and bark and bark and bark all day at these cats. And so that's what she does with these ones. And so at my mom's, when she could get up close to them, she's like, what the fuck? And it must have been my mom, was telling me about some cartoon. I think it's I don't know, maybe it's something of the galaxy or something. I'm not into those sci-fi hero movies, whatever they're. But anyways, there was something about this cat kept going around, and this guy kept going, he kept being really scared of it, saying, that's not a cat, or that's a Forby, or something like that. And then everybody kept thinking he was really nutty because he was scared of this little cat. And then something happened, and the cat turned into this big creature, and he goes, that's a Forby. So I kept thinking, Stella's trying to guard us from the Forby. She really sees this beast. She doesn't see a little sweet kitty. Oh, it would keep her up all night. It drove her crazy. And she did get up close. There's a few times I was just getting her eyeballs scratched out. But then when we got to my daughter's, her daughter, my granddaughter's cat stays upstairs. But Stella's very focused on that one too. But anyways, it was a super rough one for her, and she ended up having to go to the vet, and because she was going around and she was peeing a lot. She kept stinking really bad, and so I was like, man, I don't. And she left this brown spot. This is the worst. This is so bad. She left this brown spot when she was laying, and she's done it a couple times, right? And So I'm like, what is this? Some kind of weird after period after you're fixed a couple years later or something? And they're like, no, that's not what it would be. So I took her in, and I guess she had some kind of, all dogs have some kind of gland in there that's supposed to express, when they poop, it's supposed to express their DNA in this, I don't know, I didn't see the stuff. I just know it stinks. Like sludgy poop, I don't know. But they had to do hers, and they said because of her weight, she couldn't do it herself. Get this. Okay, so the first week, Stella didn't even eat. She just wouldn't even eat. So she definitely lost weight. I had to change her harness, right? And so I was thinking, oh my gosh, she's like lost 10 pounds. She looks so good. Because when I first got there, it was like, oh my God, she's so fat. She's so fat. And I kept thinking, well, she just weighs 155. And so, when we went to the vet, that is what they, you can't go in, of course. Especially, I'm in Washington State, so I don't even know. I don't even, oh God. But so you couldn't go in, and so they called me to tell me that she weighed 169, and they're like, she's got to lose like 30 or 40 pounds. Like, oh shit. And she probably lost 10 already. So she's got to get down to 140 and then reevaluate. But I was shocked. Oh my God, no wonder she could just knock me around. She's freaking huge. But she carries it well. She just looks beefy. But so she's got to lose a bunch of weight. It's going to be a challenge because she loves to eat. She likes to try and get in the fridge and all that. But we'll be doing this together because I'll keep you updated on this weight loss thing. We'll see how skinny she gets. I was like, well, like her ribs are supposed to show, and they're like, yeah, this should be smaller right in here, and all this stuff. And her butt, it's got to be like, oh, poor girl. But yeah, her glands weren't expressing themselves because she was too fat. The whatever it comes from was sunk too far back. But she got to get her nails cut. She got to get all pampered. I got to go. I got to get oh my God, the most deluxe facial. Oh my God, it was such a good experience. I have gone to this same girl as a friend of my daughter's. I have gone to her, the last few times, but this one, I'm sure, because I started going to her right when she got out of school. So she keeps, expanding and stuff. And oh my God, this one was so great. She does so good with the music and, the gongs and stuff like that, and really getting you relaxed. And she even does some some meditation, walks you through it and stuff to get you relaxed. And then while the different creams are on your face or whatever, all the different stuff that she puts on there, she does these like massages and like these little like things like releasing energy and stuff. That's how I took it. And on one of them, she had this like little cold, like it felt like a little cold comb or something, and just did these like little lines going back. Oh my gosh, the sensations and stuff, you like felt them all over your body. And when you just really relaxed and felt them, it was like, it is very much like mind, body, spirit. When you go do that stuff, you really get the idea of like feeling your body and connecting and, pulling your mind and your body and your spirit just, it was beautiful. It was so wonderful. I couldn't believe it. I felt so good when I got done. And then I went and took my pregnant daughter to go get pedicures. So then I got to do that part because they always do these like nice massages on your legs and do all these scrubs and stuff. And so it just felt like, oh my gosh, everything just feels so good. So Stella got to go get her gland expressed and her nails trimmed up. She hates the vet. Oh my God, that was an ordeal to get her in there. And they want to come out with their little thing on and just grab your little dog and go in. Stella was trying to take off and go to the highway. She's like, fuck this. I remember you bitches. because they're the ones who did all the x-rays on her hips, and she couldn't walk for a couple days. It was horrible. I couldn't get her out of the car. She stayed in the car for, fuck, I think she stayed in the car for like 6 hours. In the afternoon, I was like, okay, well, and they give them drugs and stuff to do it. So I thought, okay, well, I'll just let her sleep it off, and then she'll probably feel better. And even when then, it was an ordeal to get her out of the car, and then she couldn't walk for days. And we had stairs at that house. Oh man, she had a rough time with that. And every time she goes to the vet, she recognizes, even the new vet, she knows that it's a vet, and she knows that they cause pain, and she's not a fan. So the, these things, that's, I thought over here where I live on the west side, like I live on the outside of Seattle, in a more rural kind of area, more towards the Canadian border. And so, and there's a whole bunch of little towns out here. And, around here, I don't really go that many places because I don't want to wear this thing. And, if I run into a place, I usually just leave it off unless they make a big fit. I'm not going to sit and have a big war in there and all that. But sometimes it'll just be like, do you have, and I'll be, yeah, just not put it on. But there's so many places you just go in and you just walk around. And like we went in Winco, and I had taken mine off. So my mom had taken hers off, and we were looking at the teas and stuff. This other lady came up and was talking to us. And while we were talking to her, then she took hers off. And then a couple minutes later, over the thing on the, over the whole store, they were saying that we had to put them on. I didn't. My mom didn't. I don't know if that lady did. And we even went through the cashier thing, never said anything. There's just so much of this. This is just such bullying, like, oh, you have to do this, you have to do that. I'll put my own life at risk. I did it all the time when I was a nurse, apparently. There's so much disease out there that just, we were in the freaking parking lot. I was with one of my daughters. She was picking up a package and picking up her Target order, right? And they come and they bring it out, and she puts her thing on. I'm like, what are you putting your thing on? You have to put your thing on to sit out here in the parking lot? And she's like, well, you don't have to, but they would prefer it. I was like, oh my God, that is not how germs work. Germs don't just jump up in the thing. Like, you'd have to be up in her face and sneeze in her face or cough in her face. And we're gonna just like these people who say, oh, you got to cover this right here. You got to cover that. It's like, you seriously, do you believe in science, but do you know anything about it? Because germs don't come out and, oh God. The arrogant ignorance is all I can think of it. It's just this condescending, arrogant ignorance. They don't have a fucking clue. Don't know how germs work, but certain people can tell you a bunch of nonsense, and they're just like, okay, that's it. It's like, okay, people, use your goddamn brains and fucking look into some shit, because it's bullshit. Oh God, it was so aggravating. And I did go shopping when I was there. I love the thrift stores there. I did get a bunch of stuff too. I bet you I spent, I don't know, $150. So I've been putting so much stuff away too. I had to go clean up my whole closet. But you can get a lot of stuff for that much money, and they have really good thrift stores there. I love their thrift stores. And so I went shopping to quite a few of those. Gosh, what did I do? Like 6 or 7, maybe 8. I don't know, a lot. And I did wear that thing in there. And right when I was leaving, I stopped at a grocery store on my way out because I wanted to pick up some groceries. I had cleaned everything out before I left, right? So my fridge was all cleaned out. I didn't have any food at home. Well, like the food in your cabinet, but, no fresh food. So I went to stop at this store, And I went and I got all my stuff. I wore my little thing. And when I got up to and I had to keep having to pull it out. It was like, oh my God, how do people do this? I was like, it was seriously felt like my face was getting warm and sweat. Like I felt like this part of my face was in a sauna or something. I'm like, oh my God, this is ridiculous. Because usually I'll just pull up, order online, and then I'll just pull up and pick up my stuff because I don't want to wear this dumb thing. And certain places, it's a friggin' ordeal. So I did wear it in there, and I got my stuff, and I was up at the thing, and there was a girl who was putting my stuff in a bag or a box or whatever, and then the girl who was ringing it up, the woman who was ringing it up, she seemed older. I mean, she could have been like my age. She could have been a little bit younger. She definitely looked like somebody who probably drinks and smokes a lot, They just look a little bit harder. And maybe it's just because she had color in her hair. I don't know. But to me, so I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh my God, I don't know how you guys do it. I'm pulling out. I don't know how you guys do this. Wear these all day. Oh my God, I'm sweating to death in here. And they're both just like, oh, the first one is like, oh, it doesn't bother me. Like, what the fuck? The freaking one over here, two of them on, two doubled up. And she's like, oh, it doesn't bother me at all. I'm fine wearing them. I would rather be able to breathe like this than to never be able to breathe again because of the flu. And I was like, oh, really? So do you know a lot of people who have died? And she's 3. And I said, oh, well, out where I live, there's not been nobody at all. So, well, you're really lucky then. I said, so they definitely died from that? Oh, yeah. I was like, I didn't even ask more questions. It was just like, oh, I just don't have it. You can't have conversations with people who just believe anything they're told. You can't. Like, you could have this conversation once with one of them, and it's the same fucking conversation with every one of them. It's just a narrative, and they just say whatever, and, I'm sorry, but you don't die unless you're sick. I mean, I don't understand what has happened in people's brains. It's like that they have forgotten, like, oh my gosh, there's sickness every year, and people die every year from these sicknesses. Doesn't mean we're all going to. And my mom was talking to somebody. I don't think she was just, well, we had talked about it, but it seemed like I was listening to her talk about it to somebody. But anyway, she was talking about that she's older. She's over 75. What I think I added it up the other day, because she's 16 years older than me. I'm about to turn 60. When I turn 60, a couple days later, she will be her birthday. So it's really like 17 years older than my birthday, because there's only a couple days in that little window. So she'll be like 77. So she's got some, sicklier old friends. And both of the ones that she said, if this was a real thing that we needed to be really fearful of, even as an older sick person, then these two would have definitely been like, and they weren't. I don't even think they were in the hospital that long. I don't even think they were on the ventilator. I just went in and were out in a couple days and perfectly fine. And these people just don't, 2 on, I mean, Jesus Christ. You're doing so much damage, to your insides. When your oxygen is going, you need to have oxygen in your blood. Where do you get the oxygen from? These little places right here. When you breathe it in, the oxygen goes in, it gets in your blood, and it circulates. It's what feeds all your organs. So if you're not getting good, fresh, oxygenated blood, What happens inside of you? It's not fucking rocket science. I mean, I swear to God, they teach that shit in 6th grade. I don't know what the hell's happened to people. I'm cussing a lot. I cussed a lot while I was gone. Yeah, if cussing offends you, you won't want to listen to me because I'm a cusser. Oh man, I was just cussing my head off, especially at my mom's house. She's one of, a lot older people. The TV is on all the time with the news, nonstop. It used to be Fox, but that's, the people who listened to that felt that they went against them. So you listen to other ones, but the ones she listens to, I mean, you have the ones that are just telling just bullshit, just blatant fucking lies and pretending like nothing real is happening. And then you have the other ones that are just hyper focused on what these other ones are doing. It's like, there's no good thing. I can't stand to listen to the bullshit. I don't understand. I mean, yeah, if you want to feel like shit all day, then listen to them. A bunch of fucking, see? I'll just get going on my, and I was really cussing up a storm. One thing too that I just thought was so fucking fantastic. I was just so excited. Like, I'm sure everybody has like heard about, well, if you're listening to me, you've heard about something. I'm not the first person, I don't think, that's told you some of these concepts. Surely if you're listening to me, listen to a few other people. And so there's something that they refer to as the indigo child. And, there's all these labels, and I don't know about all the labels, but I definitely believe that there is children who are, well, there's adults too, but there's a lot of children who are here to move us in a certain direction. It's like changing the current. So if the energy on the earth has been this certain current, right? Then we have all of this influx of these other souls being born in to change the current, right? Because we're going in another direction. We're leaving the old behind and we're moving in this whole new direction that is going to be super exciting and is just going to be such a different kind of experience on Earth. And so there's a lot of kids here for that purpose. And like in Dolores Cannon stuff, she talks about the first wave, second wave, and third wave. I think I'm a first wave person. Yeah, I would be a first wave person. And they came in, and it was to start kind of the change. And I did, when I was a kid, and I know I've talked about this a lot, because I was constantly questioning the adults, like, what the? And you try and tell them things and nobody would listen to you, and I was like, this is so weird. And and you have to go through a lot to get to this point right here, to be able to speak your truth and not worry about who's gonna call you crazy and stupid. After you've been called crazy and stupid enough times, then it's like, I don't care. Believe what you want to believe. And so the second wave, they were a little bit older than the kids are right now. And they, it seems that the first wave, there was a lot of depression or something. The second wave came, and it's weird because it all kind of works together. I mean, each one individually isn't as productive as the whole thing. Like when I get around these grandkids, I don't even know how to explain it. It is so much like, it's like a different kind of understanding of the earth. Like even one of my granddaughters, my oldest granddaughter, as a matter of fact, and she's such a cute girl. Oh my gosh, she's so pretty. I'm sure I've talked about her. All my grandkids are just so cute. I just were lucky, I guess. I got born with good genes because they're all just beautiful kids. And the oldest one, she's got this beautiful red hair, and she'd cut her hair. It used to be like super, just like down to her butt long. And, you know, now she's cut it, and she always dresses. It reminds me of how I would have dressed in high school, something like, she just always looks very 70s, and she doesn't wear makeup, and she's got this really cute boyfriend, and she's just very spiritual, very down to earth, and very grounded, and she's super smart. And I went with one of my daughters to pick up food. They wanted to do this. And right now my family's very, very divided. We got a huge section of liberal, you know, progressive. And then we've got the other ones that are just, you know, I just want to live my life. You know, you do you, I'll do me. But you have these ones, because the ones are put into this mindset, you know, that they have to make us all be like them. No, you don't. We'd all be free. So anyways, there's a lot of division. And so when we left to go get this food, my ex was there. I don't know how it happened that he ended up being in town at the same time as me. It was very strange, because it was supposed to be he was coming the week after me. But anyways, there was some, what's that called? Where you, your schedule's kind of like. So anyways, when we were gone and we got back, he wouldn't stop about, you know, that she should be a debater and stuff. So I asked her, like, you know, what's up? Oh, when I very first walked in, she says, to the reality is different for everybody, and there is no one set reality or something like that, right? And I go, you're exactly right. And then he started, I don't remember what he said, but he just kept going on and on and on. So I asked her later, so what was the deal? What were you talking about? Because she, and he started saying that nobody has a soul. It's and we all live in the same exact reality. We all drink the same water. We all eat the same food. We're all living the exact same reality, and nobody has a soul. Well, that girl, she wasn't even prepared, and you know, he could recognize that she knows her shit. She definitely knows her shit, the spiritual, and I can just see, you know, her creating change, her moving the, you know, like I said, about channeling the water in a different direction, right? And I was just like, just so impressed by her confidence in her knowing, and not needing to, especially not needing him to agree with her. Didn't change her mind. Who knows about, I mean, there's a lot of events that are going to be happening that are going to be, that all these people who are, you know, the science, that are just waiting for their soul to decay and rot into the ground, then when they all get woke up. But anyways, I was just so impressed with her. And then my youngest granddaughter, she, oh my gosh, she used to, I lived with them or we all lived together for a while when my daughter, you know, she had to move in with me. I've talked about that before. And so my youngest one, she would come into my bedroom all the time and come sit on my bed, and she would want to talk about God. She'd want to tell me all about God, and about the whole, you know, the whole world outside of what we see, I guess. And I loved listening to her. She's just, but she was very spiritual, you know, from the beginning. And so when she got, because we had a little slumber party and all my grandkids came over, and in my daughter's, so funny, like, what do you even call people? If you're not married, but you're having a baby together and you're a couple, her partner, he decided he was going to do a little fire pit, you know, and they did s'mores and stuff. So it was really fun. And we watched a scary movie. It was a super loud, scary movie. And I fell asleep I can fall asleep at 8 o'clock at night in my chair, sitting here on the couch or whatever. And everybody else can stay up super late. So I was falling asleep through this movie, and it was so loud. What was it? It was one of the Cloverfield ones. It was the first one. And then the next morning I watched the third one. Now I want to watch the third one again. The third one I was really intrigued. The first one I've seen a few times, and it's just a lot of noise and monsters and stuff. But anyways, so when she come over, she said, oh, this was so cute. She wanted to show me. So she has, I guess it's a TikTok, maybe. She has all these videos. I'm pretty sure it would be TikTok. But she has all these videos, and she has a whole social media. She wanted to show me one of them has over 8,000 likes and stuff. You know, she's so freaking cute. And so she wanted to show me her videos. And her whole videos will be like somebody, like a song, or in this first one, this case was somebody talking about Trump. And so she didn't want me to hear that one. She thought I was going to be offended, you know, because I like him. Well, I'm a grown up, you know, I know people don't like him. Everybody sees different things. And so I was like, that's fine. I can listen to this. I mean, I've heard enough people say enough bad things. And like, I'm not. So what her things are is there's all this stuff now for fidgety people. And really it's kind of to calm yourself. It's kind of like a relaxation technique, really. And so it will just, her videos will just be her hands, and she's doing different things with these things. You know, sometimes it's like making little paint drops or little, it was all sorts of stuff. And so it's just her doing all these little fidget things and showing them. And this one, so then after she showed me that one and stuff, and they went upstairs, and her, my two younger granddaughters, they were up there getting all their fidget stuff out, I guess. I don't know, but they came and caught me. They needed me to come up there. So I went up there. And at first I didn't know, like, for sure what was going on, but she wanted me to rate her fidgets. I guess they're called fidgets. I don't know. They're called something. And so she wanted me to rate them. And so I had to feel all the different ones, right? And so she was actually taping me doing this. It's just my hands. It's not me. But so she's taping me, and I was rating all her different ones, giving them a rating. And they are all different. Like, there's hard ones, which I don't find relaxing. I like the ones that are a lot more like, I don't know, seem kind of like the consistency of a booger or something. Because they're kind of like, but some are too watery, and then it just made your hands feel wet. Like, there were a lot of different ones. There was ones that were, you push these things through, you know, like popping those bubbles. You push them through, and then you push them back through the other side, and it's just the same as doing those bubbles, only it just switches sides. A lot of those ones where you just mush, like, what is that called? I think you can make the stuff in your thing, goo or gooey stuff. A lot of those different kinds of consistency, and things you can pull and stretch and all sorts of stuff. But I was just like, oh my gosh, look at that. Like, that is just so cool. She's bringing this kind of relaxation techniques and doing these videos, and it's just like natural, and she doesn't even know, like, to the extent of what this is really doing to help people. It's just like natural, just like for both of them. And, you know, I think all of my grandkids will come into their own, you know, spiritually, but definitely with the two of them, like, I feel like they are already on their path, you know. One of my granddaughters, she's very striking, blonde, very, very tall, very thin, beautiful face. She definitely looks like she stepped out of the cover of a magazine. And she's started in the workplace now, and she's just totally getting used. It really makes me disgusted as an adult. I mean, it didn't bother me when I was younger, but as an adult, and I've heard about this, you know, and I know more about it as time has gone on. These guys who, when you go in a place and all the girls look exactly alike, I'm so disgusted that, you know, that these, it's like they just create their little fantasy and use these women like little Barbies or something. And she's young, her first job 16, and now she's already being used like that. And you know, there's all these hour restrictions that they're supposed to do. You're only supposed to work like this many hours a week, a day, between these hours, like all these rules. They don't follow one of them. They just do whatever they want. Make her stay till super late, be there super early. It's just like, Jesus Christ, she's 16 years old. She's supposed to be in school. So she's totally getting taken advantage of, and it really disturbed me. And my grandson, I was always so spirit. I'm really curious to see. Him and I would always go out. Like, that's why I got my telescope, because we'd go out and look for alien craft. Oh, he was the one who was telling me on TikTok. He said that there's so many people now, especially like over by Brazil, South America, all these places. He said constantly, every day there's several sightings of UFOs, and that people are posting them. And he said there's so many, you wouldn't believe it. And when I got home last night, my mom sent me an article too, or whatever she sent me. I think it was the article of a UFO sighting, or she said it's on the news tonight. They're talking about it, but something about that, and I was like, oh, Booker said there's so. Oh, I try not to say people's names. That there's so many. He said that people keep posting them stuff, and you know, I think it's kind of like the soft disclosure kind of thing, where you know, we're going to see it. It's kind of warm people up, get them used to the idea that they're out there. Because so many people believe that they're demons and stuff. Like, what a weird idea to think. I don't understand even how certain people's how they view the world. Like we're an accident. We just somehow created ourselves by being amoebas and shit. And then, but we have these demons that ride around in spaceships in the sky that are waiting to kill us. And angels, I guess, flying around trying to protect. I don't understand, because to me, some of the stuff that people believe is like, have you thought it through? Like, maybe draw it. Does it make any sense? Because it doesn't make any sense to me. The stuff I say may make no sense to anybody else, but makes total sense to me. And yeah, hopefully that this is kind of getting people prepared. And because in our future, you know, if we want to move forward in technology and our spiritual and our consciousness, all of it, then, you know, it's going to be interacting with these higher beings. So, and oh my gosh, when I was saying that, all of a sudden I've been having like, some crazy dreams, but I can't ever tell the difference in the dream and what's real. Like, if I look back on it, I can't tell, like, did that really happen? Or was I talking to somebody? What was it? There was something that was really, there's been so many things that they keep showing me too. But for me, man, the switching consciousness is, you know, being able to, I could be sitting in a room with other people and I don't even know how it works. It's almost like a, you know, you start to kind of mind wander or something. Then all of a sudden, wherever you've mind wandered, that's more real than the sitting in the room and you're in a whole thing. Oh, one of the things even last night, I was sitting here and then started doing it. And it's really weird is because I can be totally conscious of these other worlds. Like I can be in one, know I'm in this one and know the other one's there. It's not like, you know, just going in sleep and going in a dream and then waking up and, because you're conscious of being in the other, I don't know how to explain it if you don't know what I mean. And I think I was thinking it, I had so much stuff to put away yesterday. And maybe when I sat down, I was still thinking about that. But I started doing it even. And then I dropped something and all of a sudden I like came back. I was like, oh my God, I'm sitting here in this chair. It was so real. I've been having so much of that. Oh my gosh. And, you know, I don't mean like you can't tell the difference in dreams and reality in like a schizophrenic kind of way or something. I have a schizophrenic in our family. I've known other schizophrenics. And I know some of the stuff because I was before I left yesterday, I was talking to my daughter and said, you know, I know some of the stuff I say sounds like what a schizophrenic would say, but, you know, I'm not a crazy person. You know, we really need to reevaluate the schizophrenics. You know, they need to, I think that they need some confirmation, for one thing, that there's actually energies out there trying to communicate with them, that they need to use discernment in order to pick and choose who they're going to listen to. For one thing, you know, I don't even know to what depth. My one granddaughter's dad is doing really bad right now. But, you know, no matter what, we all have to pull ourselves forward. We all have to heal ourselves and create the life we want. That's on us. It's not going to happen magically. And it doesn't matter what your obstacles are. You chose the obstacles. Even if you don't remember and it seems like crazy, I would have never chose this. I would have never chose to be in a wheelchair. I would have never chose to be blind. I would have never chose to be deaf. But you did, or you wouldn't be there. And you really, you know, you want to learn from that experience. And I'll be really excited when we move out of this victim mentality, because that is what holds so many people back. You know, to really get into their experience and experience what it is, learn what it is, and stop feeling sorry for yourself. But, you know, even with somebody who's schizophrenic, and that's the thing is, like, there's people who come to create change for all of us, and then there's people who come to have the experience. So you can't even know for sure. I don't think you can know for sure which is which. You know, if you have someone in your life that is very triggering to you, are they there to learn for themselves, or are they there to teach you? There's always some of both. And, you know, you need to learn your lessons from them. Whatever you're triggered, you need to, you know, focus on it, meditate, see what comes up. Try and understand what makes you react. And so many of our reactions are all based on these false paradigms, this fake walls that we've built out of this, you know, stardust in this illusionary created world. It's not, you know, just like, to me, the underwear, you know, eating, the times we eat, what we eat, what they've done with all of the plant-based medicines and herbs and stuff, like all of the manipulation and stuff, all of the control, what they've done to families, what they've done to people's own way that they see themselves. There's just so much of the people just not loving themselves. And that's just the most important thing, is to just peel away the layers, break it down. Be thankful when you get triggered. Oh my gosh, the best thing is when you get triggered and you can see, like, okay, what's going on? Because then once you can do it and you have an awareness, that doesn't mean it's going to automatically just go away. But once you have an awareness, then you can look at it differently, and you can control your perception of things. See the positive. You don't have to just see everything as like defeatist and negative and, oh, the world's out to get me. It's like a shift in how you look at everything. And I just there was just so many things that were going on, and I'm sure for days I'm going to still be talking about all the things. I can't even get them all in one little thought. They're just like all over the place, just all these different things. But I'm really excited for the future. I see everything playing out, and I hope that there's more people who are starting to get excited. We're purging out all of this negativity. We're purging out all of the yucky stuff that it wasn't good for us as human beings. The societal parameters that, and it's all corporate greed based. Everything that has been corporations have been destroying everything that we try and build or create. They take it and rob it and turn it into a corporate thing and use it against us. Destroy what originally created it, build themselves up so that they can get rich, convince us that we need what they want us to need, like these things. Well, we're gonna be wearing them until they run out, because they it's like they invested some money into making them so that we would buy them, and they could get rich off of us suffocating to death. And people just do it. They just don't even question it. No, it's like the little blankie, You leave the house, if you got a baby that has a blankie, and you leave the house without it. That's what these people are like. They just, they need this safety thing, like to feel like, oh, I'm not gonna get sick. It's like, you guys, these germs have been everywhere. Since the day you were born, they've been out there. And you don't want to get sick, take care of yourself. That's just all there is to it. Take care of yourself, take care of this, take care of your vessel, love yourself, get right in your mind. That's how you stay healthy. So, okay, I'm sure I'll have more stuff to talk about. I probably will try and refrain from talking more today. Sometimes I'll try and write notes like, oh, I want to remember to say this and this and this, but it's hard to even remember where I keep my notes. And sometimes I will write them. I can write them in my head and think, oh, I'll for sure remember, but I never do. And I'm always looking for what I've put somewhere. Drives me crazy. But anyways, we all have our little things that drive us crazy. So I think if anybody is listening to me, they already know that I just talk about whatever. And I'm not very structured. And I'm going to say what I think is the truth. And, and this is all about our consciousness. This is all about us creating a new world. This is really exciting times that we're headed into. and we're just in the transition now and the purge out of all this gross stuff, and we have to see it. I got kicked off Twitter again. I thought it was this one wackadoo chick who got me kicked off because I said something. It was, just being there, and these people were driving me crazy. And so on there, this girl was saying something. Oh, something about hand washing, I think. But she was saying she didn't even want to be around people anymore. They're so disgusting. Like, oh my God, what are they doing to society? So I just took a screenshot of phobia, the definition, off of, I don't think it was Webster's, whatever, some dictionary that's on Google. And so I just put that as the comment. And, oh, she about lost her fucking mind. Oh, she was so, she was just beside herself. And she just is calling me a Karen. She's just totally attacking me. You could tell she's trying to get other people to get involved. She really wanted, a wolf pack to get in there and rip my throat out, telling me how stupid I am. And so she's saying all this stuff, and she kept calling me, she kept saying Kelly, Karen, and she was saying that I said that people don't even need to wash their hands after they go to the bathroom. It's fine. I was like, when did I say that? Could you please pull that message up? I would love to be able to see that, but that's how these people are. It's whatever they hear, that's what's real. And it doesn't matter what the words are or anything. It's weird. I've had so many of these conversations with people, and they just come up with things that you didn't even say, and then they'll argue with you. It's like, freaking show me the evidence, because that's not what I said. So she was just going crazy, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I just can't even with you. And so then right after that, I get a notification that I'm suspended off Twitter. I guess I'm kicked off. They take away all of your, who knows what their deal is this time. Before it's been like, 24-hour suspension, a 7-day suspension, and now it's just suspended. Who knows? I don't give a shit. I'm so freaking over it. So I turned her back in. I thought she turned me in, so fuck her, I'll turn her in. And I said that she was bullying and she was trying to get others to be involved or something. Whatever. They only give you can't just say whatever. They just give you, like, you have to pick, what's the closest thing to how I feel or what I think or they never match. So I just picked that one. And then I got notified after that it was because of what I said to fucking Cuomo. That fucking idiot. I just said, well, in other times, stoning would have been what's going on with it. I mean, that's what we need to do. Or a guillotine. And seriously, that, when it wasn't even just government, back in the day. I mean, they pretty much could, I think they could just pick any day, probably, if you didn't pay your taxes. I don't even know all the things that could get you, strung up in the middle of town hall and everybody would come and throw rocks at you. Or you just chop your head off. So, I don't know. After you hear about some of the shit these people have done, then a firing squad just sounds too good. Sounds too easy. No, I think they've caused so much pain. Like, that guy is the murderer of, like, oh my God, over 10,000 people? No telling even how many. And how many people that but anyways, you're not allowed to. It's weird because when the what are those guys called? The Secret Service came to my house, they made a big thing. Oh no, we're not trying to infringe on your First Amendment rights. You can say whatever you want. Say whatever you want. It's okay. But you know, you can't really say whatever you want. So they just came to just make sure I wasn't really a psycho who was going to go out, I guess, with my rope and run around, yeah, grab Nancy by the legs and tie her to the back of the car and drag her through the town square. That's what she needs. Okay, well, I'm gonna probably just say something else, get myself in more trouble. So, have a great day, and, Stella's awake. Like, let me see real quick. Stella, look over here. Look over there. Look, you're in there. Oh, okay. Have a great day. Talk to you later.